What new chords are built if each note is lowered by a half step? Okay, so let's figure out what we have first. From low to high, the notes written are G, E, and then on top we have a C. So a lot of you are already going to know that what we have written here is a C major chord. And with the G down in the bass, that would put the chord into second inversion. So if that sounds like a foreign language to you, you don't understand how that works, maybe watch some of the other videos where I go into detail on how to break that down. Now, if we go back to the question here and say, okay, what if we start lowering each of these notes by a half step? What happens to this chord? How does it change? Let's start with the C here on top. If we lower the C to a B, now from low to high, we would have the note G, E, and then on top we would have a B. What we would do is take these notes and arrange them into stacked ascending thirds, and that means we would have E as the root of the chord, G as the third, and B as the fifth of the chord. Now, you look at the intervals between the notes. E up to G is a minor third, it's 3 half steps. G up to B is a major third, it's 4 half steps. That's going to be the recipe for a minor chord, so we would have now an E minor chord. So just simply by lowering the C to a B, just going down a half step, we've turned the C major chord into an E minor chord. Now, what if we did the same thing to the middle note? We said, hey, instead of having E natural, let's make it E flat. Well, we would have now, from low to high, G, E flat, and C, and we would just arrange the notes into stacked ascending thirds. It would be a C chord as the root, E flat as the third, G as the fifth of the chord, and now, with the E flat here, we've turned the C major chord into a C minor chord. Okay, so just by lowering the E to E flat, now we've taken the C major chord and turned it into the minor version of itself. Then finally, the last one here, and probably the trickiest, if we took the G and lowered it down to the note F sharp, then from low to high, we would have F sharp, E, and then on top, we would have a C. And I'll let you guys try to figure that one out. That's a little bit tricky because some of the notes have to be implied. So I hope that makes sense. I will see you in the next video. Feel free to leave me any comments or questions. Take care.